Yeah, it's about time. It's about time for this Mad Mike, Atlanta Falcons Nation, Atlanta Falcons news update. All right, we're gonna get up straight to the point, man. This is a little bit different from what I typically do with the news updates, but let's get straight to it, man. Killer McGarry, Dante Fowler, Quadri Olison is back. You look at Caleb McGarry, he's been out with some issues. I'm assuming that it was, something that did with dealing with um his heart issues, and just have to get that checked out. Obviously, he's back. Dante Fowler is back also from the COVID list. He's going to come back gradually. They're going to increase his snaps for the most part. So get used to seeing Dante Fowler. He may, in fact, be released. No, he not going to be released. Dante Fowler is going to be playing at I guess at a pace. I'm trying to read at the same time, but he's going to be coming at a slow pace. They are not going to put him, full force into the running to the first game, the preseason game. And everybody, welcome to the chat again. Again, this is just something different. Quadri Olison is back. He did not play in the scrimmage. He is back. He had a yellow jersey on today, but he will also, have a opportunity to showcase his talent real soon. All right. All right. The next one. All right. This is a little bit different. Deontay Foreman was signed, a running back. He's pretty much a power running back. He's not known for his hands, but he's going to be asked to do a little something. I think he's just a camp body at this point. They don't want, the guys like Javian Hawkins, Mike Davis, the most important running backs that we have on the squad. They don't want those guys to kind of get too much, too much wear and tear on this guy. So they bring him on slowly. I think Deontay Foreman, don't expect him to make the roster, but it could be something to keep an eye on if he comes in and play well in the preseason. We don't know what could happen, but he is an ex-Titan. Has experience as far as the system is concerned. So, all right, again, do not expect Deontay Foreman to make the team. Also, Tyler Hall has been released, as well as Didi Sonata. I wanted to make that video last night when it dropped, yesterday when it dropped, but it's a better time right now. All right, what better time than now? Didi Sonata is a guy that when you look at a guy that was drafted in the third round, man. Dan Quinn, again, Thomas Dimitrov is just another blemish, negative on their resume. You got guys that are drafted in third rounds and they don't even, they barely make the damn squad. They barely make the active squad. Like, that's absolutely atrocious. And nothing against Didi Sonata. I mean, the guy just could not stay healthy. You can't really just solely put all the blame on them. These are not had to continue. He got to stay healthy. If you want to play in the NFL, man, you can't continuously get hurt. That's been a huge problem for him. He plays well for a couple of snaps, and then here you go. He injured, and right now the Falcons are not in any place to wait on someone to develop. These guys want to win now. You've heard Thomas Dimitrov, but Terry Fontenot, you heard this guy on several occasions say that they want to win. They're not expecting, do not expect a rebuild, so you can get that out of your head. These guys want to win, all right? As far as Didi or not, will he bounce back? Quite frankly, I'm just going to say no. I think he does have talent, but when you talk about kind of, stay injured, this is one of the things that has plagued him for years. He just cannot stay healthy. So if you can't stay healthy in the NFL, you're not going to have an opportunity to showcase your talent. So when it all comes down to it, that is a little bit of the news updates that we have for you guys today. But the biggest thing that I wanted you guys to really, to get set. All right, this is going to be, hey man, this is. I'm gonna save the topic that we have tonight with K Styles, kicking it with K Styles. We got a great topic for you guys. This is going to expand on what we did yesterday. If the conversation, if you guys remember the conversation for yesterday, last night, we got in debate on whether or not a quarterback, all right, whether or not a quarterback, what are the qualifications for an elite quarterback? I mean, a very good and elite quarterback. What are the qualifications? So you guys, this is a little bit of your homework. This is something that, K Styles came up with. So give all the credit to him. But again, let's get straight to the nitty gritty, man. Here we go again. The Matt Ryan haters, the Matt Ryan obsessors. I'm just gonna say this, man. I've anybody who knows and has seen any of my videos or my player trackers. All right, I've tracked players. So if you guys want me to track a player throughout the year that you want to, kind of focus on, give the updates, constant updates. I have a tracker on Calvin Ridley. I have a tracker on Isaiah Oliver. You guys can check that out. All right, it's one of the first playlists that I have up there. You can watch the players. You can go back and watch some of my videos on Arthur Smith and the play calling for the Atlanta Falcons. So again, man, this is something that I've been tracking for quite some time. If you actually made a bold prediction that Isaiah Oliver will be a Pro Bowler, all right? You can go back and check out all three of those videos, but this is what I'm talking about. Isaiah Oliver, made a great play. You're talking about making a great play. He's in that rover. He's in that slot corner. He's that extra safety. This is what we're talking about. He was that Logan. I hope I say it. I don't know. I'm saying the guy Logan Paul. From Tennessee, he played with Dean Pease. So when you look at, the player that Isaiah Oliver, he fits well. I said earlier today with a couple of friends that when you look at Isaiah Oliver, he's a player that's similar to Charles Woodson. All right. And hear me out. Don't say I'm not saying that he's Charles Woodson. I'm not saying he's a legend or anything. But when you talk about the skill set that Charles Woodson was able and his Logan Ryan, I said Logan Paul, but Logan Ryan. All right. So when you talk about Isaiah Oliver and you look at Charles Woodson was a defensive back. He was a defensive back. He can play corner. He can play all three corners. He can play the slot. He can play the right. He can play the left. He can play both safety positions. This is what Isaiah Oliver is. So when you try to make him, solely I'm thinking about the boxer. But when you think about Isaiah Oliver and his skill set, what he can bring to the Atlanta Falcons, he could play corner. All right, he could play corner. When you have safeties behind him that could actually do their damn job and not get beat like a damn drum, like a Keanu O'Neal, like a I just went blank. But Ricardo Allen. If you can, have safeties that can actually do their job instead of just being late on everything, it's going to make the corners look so much better. So when you talk about, guys like Desmond Trufant, you go back to Robert Alford, you look at Brian Poole. One thing that we continuously see over and over and over again is the Falcons get beat on deep plays. This is something that has plagued us for quite some time because our safeties are forever late on every single play. I know we've said this time and time again, myself and K Styles, is we call Ricardo Allen AOL dollar because he's always buffering, always late. All right. This is what causes a lot of big plays being given up because defensive backs, we're talking about corners. Corners have to depend on their safety. They're not going to be aggressive. They're not going to be confident if you don't have a safety in the back of you, to help you to play more physical, to help you be more aggressive. All right, to be more aggressive. So when you talk about having a defensive coordinator in Dean Pease who understands these concepts and understands these guys' skill set, this is what Charles Woodson. Again, go back to Charles Woodson. I'm talking about Charles Woodson and his skill set, his overall skill set. Not saying that Isaiah Oliver is Charles Woodson, but when you talk about his skill set, his physical stature, Charles Woodson was about the exact same height, exact same size, nearly 200, pounds or so. He was a big physical corner, super athletic. He could play safety. He could play corner. Charles Woodson could do it all. He can pick the ball up. He can pick the ball off. He could tackle well. This is what Isaiah Oliver can do. He's a big corner. He can play safety. He can tackle well. You saw, again, you guys can check out the film breakdown, what I did with him. And I say, he went on towards the end of the season with Raheem Morris. Raheem Morris made a great decision to put this guy in the slot and to cover him with safeties, covering him with linebackers, and let him, finally pick up, for one thing, for corners, you got to understand, if you're a corner, you have to have confidence. That's first and foremost. You got to have confidence. You don't want a corner that don't believe in themselves. So if you don't have confidence, you got to learn how to build confidence with these corners. So when you have a safety that is constantly late, and your corners can't rely on this guy, guess what? He's not going to be as confident. He's not going to be as good because he's worried about getting beat. And this was Isaiah Oliver. This was Kendall Sheffield. This was Damon Trufant. This was Robert Alford. These guys did not have safeties that can count on. So when we talk about the safeties that the Falcons have, Deron Harmon, Eric Harris, these guys are absolutely intelligent, smart. Deron Harmon is having a nickname, as being the closer. Why? Because he gets big time interception. He makes big plays in the clutch. So when you have safeties, that can help out your corners, it makes your defense that much better. So when you talk about Isaiah Oliver and his ability to go after the ball, being free safety is perfect for him. We saw it today. That interception was absolutely insane. The interception for Isaiah Oliver is exactly what we've been talking about. His ability to go get the ball. He has that. And everybody looking at the interception, it was like it's a bad throw. Bro, that ball was up down there 8 feet. Isaiah Oliver has one of the, if not the longest arms for a corner in the league. So when you talk about Matt Ryan throwing the ball up, and I'm going to get to you Matt Ryan haters, okay? The haters at it again. The man made an excellent play. And somehow, some way, it went into, okay, Matt Ryan sucks. Matt Ryan threw a bad pass, and here we go. Matt Ryan throwing interceptions again. Bro, it's practice. These things are practice. These things are scripted. Give Isaiah Oliver credit. We complain about our defensive players not getting picks, and when we get picks, you make fun of them. We want to make plays. So when it all comes down to it, let's give these guys the praise and the credit that they deserve. All right? This is practice. And like I said before, if you look at that interception again, the dude just made a great play. Give him credit. Isaiah Oliver made a tremendous play. All right? And like I said, you can go on Twitter. You can see the damn crazy comments. Here we go, Matt Ryan in preseason form. He in midseason form. I mean, even that's dumb because Matt Ryan doesn't throw a lot of interceptions. So we talking about, people just they're insisting on hating. All right? This won't be a long video. I just wanted to kind of get it out. I had a lot to talk and didn't feel like editing and all that type of stuff. Look, man, you may get a sloppy mic this year, all right, as far as the video editing and all this thing. So you might see us on doing live shows like this a lot more often. But man, I want to know what you guys' thoughts are. I just get a few questions. And I'll give it, a couple of shout outs here. All right, Smooth 78 was good. James Overton, Ephraim Jones, Dre Jungles, Joseph Masters, Polo DTV, Mr. Seawill, Tev, Desmond, as always, Anthony Jackson, as always, Floyd Dunley, Rose Stackson. All right, Mike Hollenbach, Caitlin, how you doing, Caitlin? Caitlin Snyder, Ezekiel King, Yaski, and oh my God, Is Tweety Bird in here? Tweety Bird in this mug? What the hell? Tweety Bird, don't you supposed to be trying to get sacks in camp? What are you doing in here? Come on, Tweety Bird. Reggie C2K, man. Motivated, dedicated. All right, man. Devon Stanford again. Speed Falcons for life. All you guys, man. Malik Holmes, the real. Miss Maggie. Y'all say hello to Miss Maggie. All right, J James. I don't like that name. All right, I don't like that last name. Every time I see James, I get a flashback. I just want to cuss and scream and say, "Oh, he overrated." So I don't like that name. All right. We need some more likes. Again, the Saints. I don't know. Hey, man, look. I don't like James. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. I don't like. I don't like King James. I'm the biggest King James hater. Okay, I'm the biggest King James hater. All right, so let's get a few questions before I end it. Again, this won't be a long one. We got a show tonight. We're gonna get ready for that, but I can give you about 10 more minutes, and you guys got a question. Man, Mike, knowing Arthur Smith is a running speed option. Look at his stats from 2008, 2010. He will have close to those numbers. Ezekiel, this is something that I saw, and I was so excited when we talk about, the open practice scrimmage Saturday. And I tell you, and we are absolutely 100% honest when we talk about these Atlanta Falcons team. We will not sell you a dream. If this dude sucks, if the offense looks crappy, we're going to give it to you, right? We're not going to sell you any dreams, okay? That running, it didn't matter what it really did not matter which running back was in the game. The offensive line looked absolutely amazing. They looked in sync. They didn't have, I think it was out of 30, 40 plays or something like that. These guys had like 2 or 3 penalties, false start. So these guys were in sync. They was moving well together. And I'm talking about Caleb Huntley. I'm just going to say, man, Quadri Olison, Javian Hawkins, those guys better get their ish together, because Caleb Huntley looks very good, and he has some amazing feet. This dude has amazing feet. So when we talk about whether or not the Falcons are going to have a good running game, I think that is easy to say. I think this is one of those things where, I don't expect day one, year one, that these guys are going to come out and have 18, 17, 800, 1,800 yards. Don't expect that, but I think these guys are going to be effective. We always talk about here on AFN, the small, intricate details of football. The small, intricate details of football. Y'all guys, head over to K-Styles channel too. Give him a shout out. Give him some love. He on his quest to 400. Miss Maggie T, also her channel. Help her out. Everybody helped us out, so we can kind of get everybody monetized and really, give back to you guys. Have an opportunity to get more, prizes and giveaways and whatnot for you guys. So hurry up, go to their channel after this video is done, and give them some love. But when we talk about their running game, I think the Falcons' running game is going to be much improved. And we're talking about last year, it was a lack of big plays. I don't think a lot of people noticed that. I don't think the Falcons or former friend even cared about running the ball. He wanted big plays out of the pass game. So when you make yourself one-dimensional and teams can focus on one particular aspect, this what hurts your offense. You cannot be predictables. And this is what we're talking about. I said it all last year with the lack of creativity. You gotta be creative. And another thing that I saw last year, and again, you guys know me. I said the lack of creativity and the lack of pre-snap motion. So when you go, if you guys had the chance to look at the scrimmage for Saturday, if you were there, you saw there was a lot of pre-snap motions. We had tight ends move, we had running backs move, we had a play where Calvin Ridley was lined up in the backfield and caught a pass for a touchdown. These are the things you're going to see under Arthur Smith. This guy is an evil genius. He is really going deep into his playbook, trying to use the players to the best of their ability. So if you got a guy like Calvin Ridley who is great with his hands, he's great around the goal line. You want to make sure that these guys are going to do different things and not be predictable. Again, this is what the Falcons, for the most part, these guys were outdated. They were still stuck in 2016. All right, they were still stuck in 2016. You got to be more creative on both sides of the ball. You can't continue to do the same type of blitz. You can't continue to do the same type of cover 3, cover 4, schemes and not expect people to figure it out. So I'll come down to it. The running game is definitely going to be much, much improved. All right. The Matt Ryan slander had to be dealt with. Look, man, at this point, y'all already know how it is. We love when Matt Ryan haters come on this show. Not got the balls to actually come on the show. So I get I-20 East, 20 East or whatever his name is, his credit. You know what I'm saying? Like he had the guts to even come up. He looked like a damn idiot afterward, but he had the guts to even show up on the show and speak like a total moron. I mean, at least he had the opportunity. At least he had the guts to do that. I can't say, for guys like, it's quite a few. I don't want to give these guys any, light, but when we talk about the slander, man, look, man, these people are going to make up. No matter if this guy win MVP, get to the Super Bowl, win the Super Bowl, it's going to be but he had Julio, but he had Tony Gonzalez, but he had Roddy White, but he had Kyle Pitts. Everywhere it goes, it's always an excuse to give this guy his credit. So until we get a black quarterback who runs fast, these Negroes, okay, I'm just calling a spade a spade. These Negroes who just cannot get off, they get out of their white tees. They can't get out of their damn white Air Force Ones. They can't get out of their they baggy pants. These guys still wearing the same Michael Vick jerseys. All right, until they get rid of that attire. All right, and until we get another black quarterback, it's gonna forever be this way. So until we get another black quarterback, this is what we're gonna have to deal with, because these guys just obsessed. Like Kevin said, like boy K-Star said, these guys are absolutely obsessed with hating this man. They don't care if we win. They don't care if we lose. They just want to see Matt Ryan gone. They want to see anybody but Matt Ryan. Okay? And these aren't true fans. These are not true fans of the game. And quite frankly, I can't wait till those guys go to other teams. Go be a Saints fan. Go be anybody fan. Go be a Patriots fan. But get the heck away from our team. All right? But James, how's the offense looking? Like I said, the creativity is what stands out to me. The lack of creativity last year is something that was completely different. And we talk about, last year was just non-existent, but this year it's completely different. So the creativity to be able to use these guys. I know a lot of people was wondering why the hell we got Ito Smith, and Ito Smith is not catching passes out of the backfield. You know what I'm saying? We got Todd Gurley. Why is he not catching the ball out of the backfield? We've seen what he can do with as a receiver. He's a very good receiver. So when it all comes down to it, man, it's crazy that he does not get enough. It was crazy that the Falcons offense was just so vanilla last year. ATM, you gotta check him out on Twitter, man. ATM, how do you feel about the Slant Thomas situation? Hey, man, I'm I'm gonna tell y'all right now. There's a change being happening in the NFL right now. Teams are not with all this crying and bitching and moaning anymore. And I'm a person that believes that every player should get the money that they deserve. All right? They should get the money that deserve. And I believe wholeheartedly, I don't care if you are the best player on your team. I don't care if you're the best player or you think you're the best player on the team. You shouldn't be demanding any damn thing. Because when it comes down to it, it's a team effort. All right, it's a team effort. This isn't a Matt Ryan team. This is not a Julio Jones team. This ain't a Grady Jarrett team. This ain't a Debo team. Everybody have a say-so in making this team succeed. So when you have guys like Michael Thomas who feels as though he's being disrespected, he very well could be disrespected. But understand, you slant Thomas. Drew Brees made you. Okay? Yeah, you a first-round pick. You should have been a second-round pick, but they believed in your talent. So at the same time, I know a lot of people is like, look, man, they disrespected him. They very well could be. But let's be honest. Michael Thomas wouldn't have been a first-round pick if it wasn't for the Saints. They wouldn't have given you, they wouldn't have given you that big contract if they didn't believe in it. So you got paid, like Julio, you got paid, and you still not happy. So what the hell are you guys signing these contracts knowing damn well you're not happy? These are the things that we talk about as players. Got to start holding these players accountable. If you're not happy, why the hell are you signing the contract? Don't sign the contract if you're not happy. It's your fault. If you wanted to be happy, why sign the contract? If you weren't happy with the Atlanta Falcons, why sign the contract? Go to another team. This is the things that I'm talking about. Let's start holding these selfish players accountable for their actions. They want to get paid and they want to be respected. And only certain players in the league can be respected and paid. Your ass is not Tom Brady. Your ass is not Matt Ryan. You are not Aaron Rodgers. You are not Jerry Rice. You're not Julio Jones. And even some of those players don't get both. You can't have it both ways, players. You can't be respected and paid. Get paid and shut the hell up. Let's be real. Get paid, shut the hell up, and play football. You think Deedus is not as happy being released right now? There's a lot of players right there who would love to be in Michael Thomas's shoes. Just to be on the damn team. And now you on the team, you got your money. You obviously one of the better receivers in the league, and you're still not happy. Why the hell are you signing the contract if you're not happy? So when it all comes down to it, that's what I'm talking about. You can't have it both. You can't have it both ways. And that's just 100% real, dog. You know what I'm saying? Players want it both ways. Y'all want to shop for the groceries, y'all want to get paid, and y'all want to have say-so on the team. This is not your damn team. This is Arthur Blank's team. This is Rich McKay. Those guys are running their teams. So when it all comes down to it, absolutely. Every player gets disrespected from the organization to some degree. Matt Ryan, Julio Jones, Roddy Wright, those guys led the crusade to get rid of Kyle Shanahan. They wanted no parts of Kyle Shanahan. And the Falcons said, hell with Matt Ryan, the hell with Julio, the hell with Roddy White. But guess what? That's what comes with the territory. You can't have it all your way. All right? You can't have it your way. So you got paid, shut the hell up, and listen to what the damn coach is saying. That's how I feel about Michael Thomas. And that's how I feel about any player that's complaining about, oh, I'm not getting my way. I'm not getting paid. Xavier Howard wants to hold out and all this type of stuff. And now he's coming back. This is what I'm talking about. Wait your time. Get negotiations started. If you don't get it, guess what? That's just the way it goes. Things happen. Things happen. And that's all I got to say about that one. But a lot of these players is doing all this damn crying because they want to have it all their way. You want to get paid, you want to have say-so, and you want to be respected. Man, get the fuck out of it. Excuse my language, but get out of here with that crap, man. Okay, I don't know who this user is. I apologize, but who else pass rushing besides Fowler? We got at least 7 other off defensive linemen. Okay, he's not the only one. I don't know how many times I'm gonna keep saying this, but there's many elements of getting to the pass rusher. There's coverage, there's blitzing, and there's scheme. If you cover well, you can get to the quarterback. If you get after the quarterback with front 4, then you're privileged. But everything works together. You can't have one without the other. You can't have a good pass rush and your secondary sucks. You can't have a good secondary, but your damn front 7 sucks. Everything works together. And this is why you got guys like Dean Pease who knows when and when not to blitz, when to, go in cover 3, cover 4, cover 6. To when to keep the throat, keep your hand on their throat, keep your foot on their throat. Got to be able to, learn to adjust. And that's something that the Falcons did. I remember having a conversation with Terrence Mathis. He said one of the reasons why we were so good is because when we found out what your weaknesses was, we kept doing the same stuff over and over again. It's really that simple. It's really that simple. So when we talk about doing the same things over and over again, figure out the team's weaknesses and continue to do it. But this past idiotic regime, these guys wanted to not do that. You wanted to go away from the blitz when the blitz worked. That's how we lost the Super Bowl. This is how we lost a lot of playoff games, because Dan Quinn wanted to go away from what works. So no one pass rusher, and we should know this by now. We didn't make the Super Bowl because we relied on one particular pass rusher or 2 particular pass rushers, Jonathan Abraham and Jonathan Babineau. We had 2 good pass rushers that year, and typically teams have 2 pass rushers. It's very rare when you have more than 3 pass rushers. The Falcons have 1 already. So, and then even when you look at the Rams, they have Aaron Donald, but you can say Leonard Floyd, but outside of those 2, they don't really have. So it's a team effort. So don't think about it as we need that one big pass rusher. It's a team effort. You got to be able to put everything together. When I'm playing Madden, hey, I'm trying to blitz, I'm trying to play cover 2, I'm trying to do all that together to get to the quarterback. I'm not just doing one thing. Because when people figure out, even on Madden, you're doing the same plays over and over again, they're going to make adjustments. So that's how you got to do in football. It's the same concept. Can't keep doing the same things over and over again and expect teams not to make adjustments. Just idiotic. You guys check out Jew Talk Sports too, man. You know what I'm saying? Patterson is going to bring that versatility. That's what we're talking about. We got a lot of players on this team that have the ability to make plays. We're seeing guys going up. Christian Blake looking good. Oz looking good. Man, we got so many freaking weapons on this team. So we can't continue to rely on one particular pass rusher or one particular running back or one particular receiver like we did with Julio Jones. I love Julio Jones, but we relied on him way too much. We damn near tore him down because we relied on him and Matt Ryan to carry this team. This is not basketball. And even in basketball, you can't rely on just one particular player. Everybody has to put their 2 cents in. They have to, Isaiah Oliver is the best bump and run corner when his hands and feet are together. Good. This is what we're talking about. He came out as one of the best, most physical corners in the league. This is why the Falcons took him at second. And we had several, I forget the excuse me, but he's a big time YouTuber. And he said Isaiah Oliver was the best corner coming out of that draft. This guy has talent. But what is talent if you don't get the right coaching? This is what we're talking about. Got to be able to put these guys in position to do what they do best. And this is where Atlanta Falcons have failed. They forced players into their scheme and wondered why these guys weren't doing well. But you force Isaiah Oliver to be a corner. He isn't. He's not a bail corner. He's a physical corner. He likes to tackle. He likes to blitz. He likes to put your hands on him. So why are we bailing away 5-10 yards and then expecting Isaiah Oliver to catch up? He doesn't have that type of speed, for one. He's a fast guy, but he doesn't have that type of speed. He doesn't run a 4.2, 4.3. But you ask him to use bail the bail technique and catch up with him. That's not his game. So it's disrespectful to draft guys and then say, okay, you suck because you can't play in my scheme, instead of using the guys to the best of their ability. Yeah, like I said, a lot of those Matt Ryan haters, man, a lot of them don't know what the hell they be talking about. But again, I get 20 his credit. He jumped in the fire. He got ass roasted, but he did it. He dropped in. So I give him credit for that. This is not easy to get on live video and expect, and to convey your message. It's a lot harder than people think, man. I've been doing this for almost 3 years. And you guys will not look. I was horrible. My first videos, my God, I was terrible. You guys would not even recognize me for my favorite video. So I give anybody proper respect if they get on here and try to, speak. This is not easy. Got my boy Tony right up in here. Asia. Stone Decatur was good, Pippin. And here he go. Stat Ryan takes control when it's necessary. This is literally the dumbest shit. Like this is literally some of the dumbest stuff out here. I mean, like, who the hell calls a man Stat Ryan? Ain't that what you supposed to try to do? Get stats? And y'all using it like it's you degrading him. Like, duh, motherfucker, that's what you're supposed to do. You want to become the all-time passing leader. You want to have the most points. You want to have the most sacks. You want to have the most interceptions. And we got people like, oh, Stat Ryan. I'm Stat Ryan. He's Stat Ryan. I'm going to degrade him. I'm going to make fun of Matt Ryan because all he do is get stats. You're gonna make fun of a guy for being successful. What the heck? Like, does that make any sense? You're gonna make fun of a guy because he's successful. Boy, I tell y'all, boy, y'all, it's not even, like I said, Kevin, this ain't even Matt Ryan hate. These motherfuckers are obsessed. Stat Ryan. Stat Ryan. Like, who the hell says, who says Stat James? Who says this man is made a career out of getting, he and Russell Westbrook have made a career out of getting triple doubles, and nobody degrades him because he got stats. But somehow these damn Matt Ryan haters say, ha ha ha, he is a stat guy. Like, what the? Does that make any sense? That make any freaking sense? Like, good gracious, man. You're supposed to get more points, more interceptions, more rushing, more receptions. Brett Coleman, that's who his name is. That's a great video. You know what I'm saying? Man, I've been talking about Stat Ryan. Like, they're supposed to, like, huh? And? Matt Ryan probably look at you like, and? I get stats. It's just like, just like Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather take it personally when he talk about all you is about money? Floyd Mayweather gonna look at your ass like, and? He probably throw a dollar bill down your damn throat for being dumb. Who the hell getting mad at somebody saying stats? All he does is get stats. Well, if the other damn team gets some stats like interceptions and sacks, maybe he would win more. But you goofy giggling people only say that it's bad because of Matt Ryan. You get stats. Oh, by the way, if y'all didn't know, NFL championships are a stat. I don't know if you guys knew that, but NFL championships are a stat. Did you guys know that? Yeah, NFL championships are a stat. So do you guys degrade Tom Brady for having more championships than everybody? You see how stupid that is? Good gracious. Tom Brady followed a good defense and nobody said nothing. Why did Tom Brady, out of all the NFL teams that he could have went to the Dallas Cowboys, he could have went to the Seahawks, but he did not go to those teams. He went to the Tampa Bay Bucks because Tampa Bay, even previously before they had Tom Brady, these guys were ranked as a top 10 defense for like 2-3 years in a row. That man knew exactly what he was doing because he knows how to win championships. And you can't win championships without a defense. So all these giggling schoolgirls that say, oh, he just Stat Ryan. Oh, Stat Ryan. Yeah, you get championships by having a good offense and a good defense. You can't win championships if you don't have good defenses. You can't win championships when your defense is giving up the 5th most passing yards in NFL history. We talk about training camp. We're going to go in, tonight. This live wasn't supposed to be this long. It was actually just a news update. But as far as training camp and Fowler training camp, they're looking well. I think, for the most part, he's using these guys. A lot of the threes are seeing reps for the first team. We're seeing the second team and the third team, 4th-string guys. All these guys are getting an opportunity to showcase their talent against the first team. So we're seeing guys like Taquan Graham, Bullard. You're seeing guys like I forget the Chris We just signed him. I forget his name, but we're seeing a lot of guys seeing first team snaps. You know what I'm saying? We're seeing a lot of those guys get. So as far as Dante Fowler, you're not going to see Dante Fowler come out right out the gate and start, playing a ton of snaps. But he will have a gradual increase as far as his snaps in camp, as well as the game. I don't think he will be playing. I know for sure that Caleb McGarry will not play in the preseason. Friday, the preseason game Friday, so don't expect him to play. I would suggest you not to expect Dante Fowler to play also. I don't think he's going to play. Chris Williamson, that's his name. Chris Williamson. Like we've seen him playing against, guys like, Calvin Ridley, like these guys are playing. He's like Arthur Smith, Dean Pease, they are not playing. We're going to see what you made of. We're not going to put you against some trash guys and then expect you to say that you're a good player. The way that you prove that you belong in the NFL is going against the best. Period, point blank. You got to go against the best. You got to set that tone immediately in training camp. You got to set that tone in training camp. So that's what the Falcons are doing. Don't expect Dante Fowler to get a lot of snaps. Yeah, Dan the man. Great point. I said we talk about this all the time. We talk about it all the time. Nobody said anything about the number one offense, most explosive offense in the NFL, putting up a grand total of 9 points. The NFL best player in the NFL, Patrick Mahomes, the best quarterback in the NFL. Nobody said crap. Nobody said anything about that. The man put up a grand total of 9 points. And let me read off the stats, okay? So if Matt Ryan would have done this, put up a grand total of 9 points, 26 of 49, an average passing of 5.5 yards, 0 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Do you think Matt Ryan would have got away with that without people trying to run him out of town? 2 interceptions and a quarterback rating of 52.3. You guys really think Matt Ryan would have gotten away with that? Nobody said anything. Why? I wonder why nobody said anything about Patrick Mahomes. And I'm waiting for the fool. He's probably already typing, but he won the championship. So why didn't, if he was so great, why didn't he win this one? Why didn't he put up more than 9 points in the game? I don't think it was ever been a game outside, like in the playoffs, that Matt Ryan has scored less than 9 points, less than 10 points in the game. The only one that I remember that comes to mind is the Giants game, where they scored 2 points. That's the only game that I remember. And like I said, I could very well be not right off the top, but Matt Ryan has put up, I wouldn't imagine Matt Ryan putting up less than 10 points. But they said it'd be on fire. They probably looking for his house, his address, and everything. Ready to burn that son of a gun to the ground. If Matt Ryan had put up less than 9 points, less than 10 points in the game. Come on, bro. Matt Ryan would have done that. You guys would be looking for the first. Y'all will be praying. Y'all be at Flowery Branch picketing to get Matt Ryan off this team. If he would have put up less than 10 points in the Super Bowl. Come on, bro. Keep that same energy. Crazy. I don't give a damn about that. If he can put up 270 freaking yards, don't give me this crap about the O-line. He still put up numbers. Yes, the O-line was bad, but the Falcons' O-line was bad, and they still won games. They still put up more than 9 points. Our O-line has been terrible all year. Not one game. We've been terrible all year. Matt Ryan getting hit like that the whole year. So why is it an excuse for Patrick Mahomes? And then that same thing that same philosophy doesn't appoint for Matt Ryan. It's an excuse for Patrick Mahomes, but when we talk about Matt Ryan, whose offensive line is bad and consistently bad, somehow nobody wants to give Matt Ryan the benefit of the doubt. But you're quick to give the benefit of the doubt to Patrick Mahomes. And no offense to anybody, these are the things that we're talking about. Got to keep it consistent. So with that being said, I'm going to wind it down. You guys check us out tonight. Myself, K Styles. We're going to go live, kicking with K Styles, and we got a very good show for you guys. All right, went way over what I usually do. But again, you guys, if you got any more questions, hit us up tonight. All right, 8 o'clock. Kicking it with K Styles. Go over to K Styles right now. It's 88 people. Head over to Just K Styles. Subscribe to his channel. We got a good one for y'all. I promise you. All right, we're gonna keep it up. All right. And this last thought, Greg Boswell. Our O-line has been awful for years. We haven't had a good O-line since Harvey Dodge, Tyson Clabo, and Mud Duck. This is what we're talking about. Why doesn't Matt Ryan get the benefit of the doubt? That man still put up 270 yards. So why is it an excuse for Patrick Mahomes when our offensive line has been historically terrible? Our offensive line, even in 2016, we went to the Super Bowl. New guys gave up over 100 hits on Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan got sacked a lot. He got hit a lot during that season. You feel me? So these are the things I'm talking about. We got to keep that same energy. We can't make one excuse for, Patrick Mahomes and don't have that same energy for Matt. Got to keep it real. Got to keep it 100. And with that being said, you guys continue to support your boy here, man, Mike Sports, Atlanta Falcons Nation, on our quest to 2K. Love you guys. And that's all I got to say about that. Your boy, man, Mike is out, man. Peace.